If you're new here on the channel, we'd love for you to join our little community. Just hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. We promise it'll be worth your time. I had just turned 17 and was in the second semester of my junior year in high school. I tended to keep to myself, though I did regularly meet up with 4 girls from my advanced classes for a study group. That was basically the extent of my social life. Being an only child, I was especially close to my mom. My dad's job kept him away for weeks at a time, so it was usually just the 2 of us at home. I knew some of the guys at school, especially the jocks, assumed I was gay. I didn't think I was, since I had zero interest in guys. At the same time, I was 17 and had never dated a girl, so I wasn't entirely sure what I was. What I do know is that around this time, I became completely fascinated with her lingerie. I'm not exactly sure how the fascination began, but it probably started the first time I saw her in her underwear. Her bedroom door was open, and I walked in to ask her something. When I looked up, she was standing there getting dressed, wearing only a black bra and panties. I quickly apologized and turned to leave. She told me not to go and asked what I needed. "Seeing me in my underwear is no big deal," she said. "It's basically the same as a 2-piece bathing suit. I'm not embarrassed, and you shouldn't be either. I don't want you to feel like you can't come talk to me whenever you need to." I admit that sometimes I timed my visits to catch her while she was getting dressed. I was careful not to do it too often, but I did it. If she noticed, she never seemed to mind. On one of those visits, she was wearing a pretty pink bra and panty set. I loved how it looked. I asked her why women got to wear such nice, colorful underwear while men's was so plain and boring. She giggled. She was always giggling. Surprisingly, she replied, "You're right. I really can't think of a good reason. And if you want, I don't see why you shouldn't wear pretty panties too." She walked over to her lingerie drawer, pulled out a pair of pink lace panties, and handed them to me. "Now you have some pretty underwear." I didn't know what to say. I just took them and brought them to my room, placing them in my drawer. A few days later, I decided to try them on. Luckily, I had a slim build. I was only 5 feet 7 inches and weighed about 130 pounds, so they fit perfectly. Slipping them on felt surprisingly thrilling. I loved the sensation. Since Mom had seen them in the wash, she later commented, "You must really like those because they're in the hamper every week. You know what? Because you like them so much, I'll get you some of your own." She smiled at me, and I smiled back. I certainly wasn't going to talk her out of it. 2 days later, after a shower, I opened my underwear drawer and found 5 new pairs of lace panties in different colors. From then on, I wore panties almost every day. Perhaps because of seeing her in lingerie and her acceptance of me wearing panties, I grew more curious. Wearing them made me feel different, like I was slipping into a more feminine version of myself. I enjoyed that feeling. One day while Mom was out, wearing just white lace panties, I went into her bedroom and opened the drawer where she had taken the pair from. It held many panties and quite a few bras. I took out a white lace bra and admired it. Trying it on made the feminine feeling even stronger. The desire to wear a bra whenever she wasn't home grew intense. I simply couldn't resist. Before long, I was putting on a bra and panties every time I had the house to myself. If wearing those heightened that enjoyable feminine feeling, I wondered what else I could try. I added a garter belt with stockings, and the sensation became even more exhilarating. I wanted more. I started wearing her dresses, skirts, and tops. I realized how much I loved feeling like a girl. Mom knew about the panties because I kept putting them in the wash. She worked as a nurse and was gone most of the day, often on weekends too. With Dad always away, I had plenty of opportunities to dress up. I simply enjoyed looking and, more importantly, feeling feminine. Eventually, I reached a point where I couldn't fully satisfy my desires. I longed for a wig and proper girl's shoes. Mom's heels were nice but too small. I tried lipstick but didn't know much about makeup beyond that. The urge to dress fully feminine was becoming overwhelming. Then a pivotal moment changed everything. It was a Saturday morning. After breakfast, Mom told me she was going shopping with a girlfriend and wouldn't be back until evening. "Let's go out to dinner tonight," she said as she headed out the door. I thought, perfect. I can stay dressed all day. Soon after she left, I went straight to her bedroom. In no time, I had on a bra, panties, garter belt, and stockings. I added a full slip and then slipped into a dress that fit fairly well. I planned to stay like this for hours. I was sitting in the living room working on homework when suddenly the front door opened. Mom walked in. I jumped up and froze. There was nowhere to hide. "Oh my," she said softly. "Geez, Mom, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say, I nervously stammered. I'll go take these off right now. Mom immediately replied, Wait, honey, let's talk. She told me to sit down and calm myself. I sat on the couch, and she came over and sat beside me. She explained that her friend wasn't feeling well, so they cancelled their plans. Then she said the fact that I was dressed like this didn't surprise her at all. She had suspected I'd been wearing her things. First, I noticed how much you liked the panties. I don't think you've worn boxers since I bought them. I also saw that my clothes weren't always put back exactly where I left them, and my bras seemed a bit stretched. Oh, Mom, I'm sorry. I won't do it again, I blurted out. She looked at me kindly. I don't think that's necessary. Be honest, honey, do you want to stop? It's clear you enjoy dressing in feminine clothes. She explained that she saw nothing wrong with it. It was harmless, and if it made me happy, she had no problem with it. Mom asked, Why do you like doing this? Do you want to actually be a girl, or do you just enjoy dressing in feminine things? I hesitated but finally answered that I just loved how it made me feel. I guess I like feeling feminine. It lets me be someone else who feels buried inside me. I'm not sure I want to be a girl, but I do like looking like one. I wish I could look even more like a girl. It just feels like the real me. She assured me there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It didn't hurt anyone, and if that's what made me happy, I should continue. Then she paused. But if you want to dress and look like a girl, you might as well have your own things. She smiled. You can't keep borrowing mine forever. Would you like that? I hesitated only a moment before admitting I would. I could hardly contain my excitement. It's funny, she said. I was planning to go shopping today for laundry and clothes anyway. Why don't we do it for you? She could see how thrilled I was. Before we left, we discussed details. First, I need to measure your chest because my bras are a little too small for you. She had me remove the dress and then the slip. Seeing me in her bra, panties, garter belt, and stockings, she smiled warmly. Well, honey, you really do love girly things. She measured me and said I'd need a 36 bra. She explained cup sizes and asked if I wanted breasts like hers. I said maybe. They were a nice size. So we decided on 36C. She thought it would look quite natural on me. Then she asked how far I wanted to take this. Do you want to try passing as a girl? Leave the house looking like one? Go places where everyone sees you as a girl. The idea excited me. I told her I had thought about it but wasn't sure I could pass, and I'd probably need to learn how to act like one too. Honestly, Mom, I think it would be amazing to go out in public and have people think I'm a girl. Okay then, she said. Let's work on that. I can teach you how to move and act like a girl, and there are things we can do to enhance your feminine look. She noted that my height and slight build already helped. Don't take this the wrong way, but they are more like a girl's. I was thrilled to hear it. She suggested a wig and girls' shoes, including high heels. She seemed almost as excited as I was. We'll go to the mall and play it by ear, she said. By the way, you can leave the panties, bra, garter belt, and stockings on under your boy clothes if you want. She winked and smiled. I changed into jeans and a loose sweatshirt, and we headed to the mall. I felt shy and a bit embarrassed as she picked out several bras, waiting for my nod of approval. She chose ones in pink, white, and black to match what I already had, plus a new garter belt and stockings. Next came the dresses and skirts. She held up a light blue dress she thought would fit. I nodded. She also picked a light red one and 2 pleated skirts, along with a gray turtleneck and a white blouse with a bow. In the shoe department, Mom quietly spoke to an older saleswoman, who led us to a private area. After measuring my foot and noticing my stockings, she brought several styles. We chose black pumps with a 2.5-inch heel, ballet flats, and sandals with low heels. The saleswoman was kind and even hoped I'd return looking like a girl. Finally, we visited a wig store. In a private room, I tried on about 10 wigs. We settled on 2, a light brown wavy shoulder-length style and a longer one with bangs that matched my natural hair color. Both the saleswoman and Mom said I looked like a cute girl even in boy clothes. That made me incredibly happy. Back home, we unpacked everything in my room. Mom removed the tags and told me to take off my boy clothes. I still had on the lingerie underneath. She noticed the bulge in the panties and giggled softly. Oh my, honey, that's not very feminine. You'll have to be careful about that if you go out. Try pushing it back between your legs. She promised to look into ways to make it look smoother down there. She explained that girls have a vagina and clitoris, and suggested we refer to mine as my clitoris from now on. I liked the idea. Then she handed me my new 36C bra. I slipped it on excitedly. She stuffed some old pantyhose into the cups for now. There, now you've got a nice set of breasts. I put on the new garter belt and stockings, then the pretty blue dress. I felt more feminine than ever. Before the wig, Mom offered to do my makeup. She sat me at her dressing table and explained every step so I could learn. Foundation, eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, and lipstick. When I turned to the mirror, I was stunned. I looked like a pretty young lady. Mom said no one would ever guess I was a boy. I practiced walking in the pumps. Mom demonstrated a feminine walk, one foot in front of the other, swaying the hips gently, shoulders back, arms close to the sides. She taught me how to sit properly and cross my legs. I picked it up quickly, and she praised me as a fast learner. Later, sitting in the living room, Mom said, "Here we are, two girls all dressed up with nowhere to go. You know, I think you're completely passable as a young lady. Let's go out to dinner and celebrate." I was nervous but excited. We went back to the mall first to walk around and build my confidence. Mom corrected small things about my posture and movement. We bought a small purse and some makeup just for me. People treated me like any other girl shopping with her mom. A couple of guys even smiled at me, and I shyly smiled back. When I needed the restroom, Mom guided me to the ladies' room and reminded me to sit. Coming out, another woman complimented my mother on what a well-dressed young lady I was. That sealed it. I really could pass. On the way to dinner, Mom helped me practice a softer, more restrained voice. At the restaurant, the host greeted us as ladies, and our waiter kept smiling at me. Mom teased that he liked me. After dinner, we walked in the park. I loved the sound of my heels on the pavement. I thanked Mom for helping me become who I felt I truly was. Back home, tired but happy, she helped me remove my makeup and taught me how. I hated taking it off, but she said I could put it back on in the morning for practice. Before bed, she lent me a cute pink negligee. "Sleep well, my little girl," she said. "Good night, Mom."